in the country. We are doing 66,000 all at once. Just as we have been able to develop the Development Bank of Nigeria, which we hope that by mid-January we'll be able to launch, to put term finance into this economy so that SMEs and medium-sized industry can borrow for 7 to 10 years and be able to make meaningful investments without the stress of having to repay within 1 to 3 years. Here is another dream of the insurance industry. We want to launch this so that all these things I talked about, this vision of creating so many jobs within the next 3 years, 30,000, to go from 30,000 to 100,000 within the next 3 years, and to 300,000 in the next decade, to grow the policy holders, to grow the amount of premiums that we raise. All this is something very specific that needs to be the target that we set for ourselves as we discuss in our different groups today. So it's not about talk. We've already put the numbers out there. It's about what are the specific steps we now need to take, starting from today as we leave this hall, to make this happen. So I'll be here with you most of the day, together with my Minister of State. This is very important to us. We'll be interacting with you. We'll be reporting the way the day went to His Excellency, Mr. President. And I'm very hopeful that together, we can give young Nigerians another dream of another sector to push this economy forward. Thank you very much for listening.
Yes, indeed. Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria's call for the industry sector. Heed and obey. A round of applause continuing the Honorable Minister for Finance, Coordinating Minister of the Economy, and a passionate preacher for the industry, enterprise, and sector of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You may be seated. Fear not, Nigeria. Do not be dismayed, because right now there is an articulated strategy, as we heard the Coordinating Minister say at that interview with Richard Quest. It's a scenario-based response. The response is not one of fear. Fear is not the way to go. Panic is not a strategy. But right now, the strategic action is this, that truly we can have the gains and those premiums that translates our rebased economy into an outstanding global reference. Prediction: Nigeria's insurance industry is next, and you are the ones that work that next synergy. Vision, and I love this. In terms of gross premiums, we're moving from 1 trillion to $30 billion. Part 2 of the vision, job creation, from 30,000 to 300,000 in 1 decade. And part 3 of the vision, to widen access with industry insurance holders, policy holders, from 10 million to 30 million in 10 years. Figures don't lie. Figures translate to proficiency and profit when you can run with it. Another round of applause, please, for our Coordinating Minister.
Well, that was the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Dr. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, speaking passionately about what the plans the government have for the insurance sector, and their prayers and believe that it can help the country at this time where the economy is facing a lot of challenges, that these are some of the sectors that can help fill the gap, that can help close the gap in funding for the economy. Well, on this note, we will be rounding up what will be our first half of this program. We'll be continuing later when the Coordinating Minister of the Economy comes to talk about the initiatives for transforming the Nigerian insurance sector. That will be in a plenary session in a short while. for now, we'll be returning you back to our studios for our regular programming. Till then.
This has been a live Channels Television event.
This is Channels Television broadcasting live from Lagos. You've been watching the 2014 edition of the National Insurance Summit. This year's summit has been themed Transforming the Nigerian Insurance Sector, and it's taking place in Abuja. For now, we will go back to our regular programming, and Winning Ways Express is up next.
Get ready for a night of wonder.